Ah,
Hello and welcome to this session of The Keep. Thank you for joining us. We are going to jump into our game real quick. Before we do have just a few announcements to get through. So, as always, we start with Take This, which is an awesome nonprofit charity organization devoted to decreasing the stigma and increasing resources for people who struggle with mental health issues in the gaming community. They do a lot of much needed work, especially in these trying times. So please check them out. Donate if you can, and if you can't, find their social media. They appreciate a share. Just spreading the word, it would be awesome. Also, things you should check out on social media is us. We are The Keep RPG. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all the places.
All the things.
Our videos on Twitch at twitch.tv/thekeeprpg are streamed weekly at 6 p.m. Central Time on Wednesdays. Our VODs go up on YouTube, where we are also The Keep RPG. Are you sensing a trend? It's kind of a thing.
Might be.
So you should totally check those out. Also on YouTube, you can totally find two of our cast members, Jay with the Pandaverse and Garrett with Night Shift Night. I'm going to toss this over to Garrett first.
oh
You
God.
can give brief blurb of what you do on your channel.
I was in the middle of sending a text message. Oh God. On YouTube, I do stuff because it's fun. I do things with costumey stuff, and I do things with like toy review stuff. Those are things I had on hand because I'm an overgrown child and I like playing with my toys. And I recently put up a video with something similar to this, and I plan to do a video with this. So yeah, because that'll be fun. So go watch my video or don't. It's a free country. You do what you want. Do what feels right in your heart. Go, Jay.
Yeah, I'm on Twitch and YouTube. Pandaverse, as you can see. Panda! And yeah, games, podcasts, all that fun stuff. Every day, Monday through Friday, noon to 1 Central. And then Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. And yeah, back to you, Lauren.
Cool.
I got contacts.
I see that. Looking good. Do we have any other announcements? I think that basically covers it.
Oh God!
So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our adventure for the day. So, the hour grows late, and the party makes their preparations for the Feast of Strength in Dragon Throne, where Tiamat's forces intend to perform some nefarious ritual. Represented by Reuven, son of Tiamat herself, the Brotherhood has been making use of their allies, fiendish forces under the command of Bilal, grandfather to our hero Rai, to draw life essence from their captured foes, those who are true followers and believers of Bahamut, themselves foes to Tiamat. Sulyex, alone in Dragon's Heart, the central district of Dragon's Throne, is approached by Aura, aide to Archpriest Desmond, himself suspected to be a disguised Bilal, in an effort to entrap Sulyex's friend and ally, Sarai. He warns Sarai, but follows along with Aura's plan. For now. Things kick off with an attempted ritual spell, trying to siphon the life essence of another of Sulyex and Sarai's friends, the half-elf Elias, missing these last few months and revealed to have been captured and enfeebled in the Brotherhood's hands. Through some shenanigans, including the appearance of a massive T-Rex, the party rescues Elias, returning the next night to that same location as the Brotherhood attempts to repeat the ritual, this time using captured priest Norman as the sacrifice. Successful in disrupting the ritual again, the party is taken aback at the Horned Devil's recognition of Oust, Rai's partner, saying that the Master's investment must be protected. The fiends flee. Later that night, Rai is visited by an imp bearing a message from her fiendish grandfather. He and his forces will take no direct action against her, and blood will yet reign true. We pick up the next morning as everyone awakens, having completed their long rest.
Woo!
I'm awake.
I'll go ahead and relate to the party about our midnight visitor.
What?
That's what did he say? I don't remember what he said. He was gonna. I know you just said it too. I'm good at retaining information. It was that he wasn't gonna act. Bilal wasn't gonna act directly against Rai, but still, blood.
Blood will reign.
Mm.
He just forgets that it's not going to be his blood, it's going to be my mother's.
That doesn't necessarily mean that the rest of us are safe, does it?
No. But, as I think we found out, if you're with me, you're fine.
Or we're in the crosshairs, but I don't think that we've not been in the crosshairs, so this is familiar territory.
And your definition of fine and mine are two totally different things, apparently.
Man, all I have in my head right now is a joke about how, like, we just need Rai to stand up front. She'd be the shield. We could just shoot from behind. But that's not a thing that needs to get said in character because it's just stupid.
That would not work.
That's not
Yeah, right. Like, they can't hurt her. She's immune. So we just...
We hold her up as an amulet and they just, like, part around her.
I don't think that's happening.
Oh,
Casator,
yeah.
I'm curious if you might be able to get in touch with our Sanctum, with Rissa or Liren, and see if we might be able to get Tyrek taken back and out of this place. Muted.
You're muted, buddy. Jordan, you're muted.
You want? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ah, there you are.
Do you want me to contact them to be housed at the Sanctum? Or what would be the purpose of contacting?
Well, I do believe Rissa could show up here and get Tyrek back to the Sanctum and out of here.
The Sanctum?
Yes.
A thought, darling. Would it be a good idea to discuss with Tyrek how he ended up in that situation in the first place? As
Why?
you, from my understanding, assume that there was at least one traitor.
Well, I do think that it is 100% worth the dialogue. Absolutely. I'm not trying to assume that we won't talk, but I do think it's important for us to try to get contact. I think it would be good news. So, yes, by all means, though apparently I've been told I only interrogate. Maybe other people would be better at dialoguing. But I do know that the Sanctum was attacked, and I was under the impression that was when he was taken. However, more information would, of course, as always, be more beneficial. But I would like to get him back to his sister. I think that would be best.
Where is Tyrek at this point?
With us in the catacombs.
Oh, yes? Oh, that's right. You banned from the necklace.
Okay, your confusion makes much more sense now.
That all happened.
I
That all happened
that
so
detail.
fast.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Oh, that works. Wasn't expecting that.
I mean, I forgot that detail too, Jordan. It's okay, bud.
Okay. Yeah, I'm tracking now.
Checking on Tyrek, how is he looking?
Tired, but
Is he cognizant? Is he awake?
so the last we
Does
saw
it-
him was when Halberd bamfed him into the necklace, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
was in he was in basically the same condition Elias was in.
Okay.
Okay,
No
Elias.
talkie.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Garrett.
I was just saying, like, no talkie, no brain seem do good.
Yeah, no language, recognizing some individuals, but not really relating, not really processing things on the level that you're accustomed to.
In that case,
Base instinct.
I'll try burning a greater restoration on him.
Okay. You approach and he's hesitant because you are entirely unknown to him, and so he
I think we try to make him feel calm about this new individual.
right. So with y'all around supporting and calming and comforting, the greater restoration does take effect. You do see a return of life and intelligence to his eyes, into his demeanor. You successfully cure his enfeeblement.
Yay! If y'all want to have a conversation with him, you should be able to have that now.
I'll take him some food and some water and just sit down next to him.
I'll go make coffee.
Oh, yes. I might go make coffee in a minute in real life.
I like how I keep making these drinks that Jay has no idea how they're actually made.
That really saddens my heart. Coffee's not hard.
I don't drink coffee or tea.
Anyways. Yeah, I'll sit next to him.
I'll hang out too.
Okay. With the return of intelligence, you see him sort of clean himself off, feel the scraggly beard that's grown in on his face and the longer hair. And so he makes an effort as he's coming to himself to make himself more presentable. He's tying his hair back, pulling it up into a high bun just to get it out of his face. He is sort of brushing at his clothes, trying to, feel more in control of his presentation. He sits cross-legged with you and is enjoying your company. He's somewhat quieter than you remember.
The beard is a nice touch. I wouldn't get rid of that one in the future.
Yeah, no, you're almost there.
We'll trim it up.
Pat
a bit
him on
at
the shoulder.
least.
Fair enough.
Still,
Sure, that's good.
we'll see. When I get a mirror, we'll see how it looks.
How are you feeling right now?
He pauses and sort of takes stock of his of where he's at. I think I'm tired more than anything else.
I think we're going to try to get you back. I don't know how much you know, but Liren and Rissa, last time we talked with them, they're safe.
Good. The way you say that concerns me. Who's
What?
not?
Do what?
Everyone else.
It's not safe. Do you know what happened? When did you go missing?
The last thing you remember.
My last clear memory.
Mm.
I mean, a few days we'd parted ways. There had been the attack by the fire elementals. I had stayed behind to help the village recover, continue healing. Next thing I knew, everything's just kind of a blur. It's confusing more than anything else.
Time out.
Yes?
This is all in the notebook that got lost. So I don't have those notes because that was our pre-stream notebook. And in the process of cleaning and moving, that got thrown away.
Yeah.
With a whole bunch of stuff on the table. So
Oh, fecal.
That was the fight with the Azers, and when we got the bag of holding, that's where we returned from a mission to hear that somebody was under attack, and we immediately went out, stopped the attack, and then came back, and then the next place we went was this world.
Wasn't that the first place we saw Lyran outside of the Sanctum?
Yes.
Because she was healing people.
Yeah.
That was
That was where we also realized she can't see outside of the temple.
that was a long time ago.
Whew, Lord's taking us way back down nostalgia lane.
Okay.
Okay.
My
Oh,
favorite
God.
case store moments.
you never went back to the Sanctum after that.
I didn't.
Hmm.
What happened?
I will not lie to you and say this. I am actually not entirely sure.
There's been a lot that's gone on.
You're concerning me.
Well, that is fair. I apologize.
Ah, man.
It's a bit of a heavy.
Oh, that's right. I missed out on the Asia.
There's been a
Sorry.
lot that has gone on. We returned to the Sanctum after and came to this world to rid a land of a vampire.
It was there was a mission to recover a scale bearer
Mm-hmm.
that had gone missing. Turns out it was a vampire, and we had done that mission.
In the process of that, as best as we can recall,
Mm.
the Sanctum was attacked. And I'm going very slow and watching his reactions.
Make an insight check.
First dice roll.
That'll be a 16.
16. You mentioned the Sanctum being attacked, and tension fills his frame. His shoulders get really tense. His eyes lock on you, and he's not speaking yet, but you see almost this impatience as he's waiting for you to sort of get to the point.
In an effort of defense, the Sanctum's books, I believe, were jettisoned so as not to let them fall into the hands of the attackers because it was bad. I do not know who all survived. I know that Rissa and Lyran was captured, and we went and recovered her.
Mm-hmm.
And brought her out with several runners. Um,
And she's safe. You said she's safe?
she is safe.
Mm-hmm.
She's safe. But the Sanctum is in a protective mode. It is not open, and the doors are being much more guarded and closed. We're currently working to recover more and more journals, and we've actually recovered several already, but it has
We had the
been-
box with us.
I believe one of us, I think K-Store has the box.
Okay.
But it only has one book in it.
I thought we did that.
Right.
We did that to Rissa already.
Person never showed up
Oh, that's right. You're right.
because you died.
Oh, yeah.
Austin. Rye, do you still have the other journal?
I don't, but I believe Oust is there, so.
Okay. Because part of why Oust came was to deliver the journal.
Oh, then we're totally going to put that inside the secret box as well. Secret box. So,
Okay.
Is that like a secret tunnel?
Maybe.
Exactly.
So we have been on this world, and we think that there's a lot of connection. We believe that potentially what was attempting to be done, and this is all speculation on my part, but from what we've talked about, is a move was made to collect the journals to allow for opening barriers between worlds. So we've been doing our best to retrieve them. And it seems that you found yourself in the company of the Brotherhood, who is in league with Tiamat herself. And so we've been hoping to find you, and thankfully we did. But I think it would be very good to get you back to the Sanctum and off of this world with everything going on. And I think Liren would do very well to see you again, figuratively speaking, of course.
Figuratively speaking. Yes.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
No, I should be back there. Why am I still here? Why haven't you taken me back?
Well,
Why haven't you opened a door?
Not that.
What doors, Terry? We're not near a Sanctum door. In the process, with all the energy and the journals that have been gone, the Sanctum is barely alive.
You have a journal, you said.
Yes, I do. Locked away safely.
Use that.
How stable is the connection with only a single book?
Feasibly.
2 books, apparently.
2 is stronger. 1 is all it needs. Especially one that's been attuned to the Sanctum. As long as it hasn't been lost for too long, the connection should still be strong.
Stop that.
No. No. That look on your face. How long has it been? How long have I been gone?
That's a good question.
DM, how long has it been?
It's been
Months.
Several months.
Time is all
Okay, pulling out the calendar.
It's.
I mean, we were in the Feywild for a month.
It's been about, what, 4 to 6 months
Something like that.
6 to 7.
Yeah.
Oh.
in the ballpark.
Yeah,
6.
you're close.
Yeah, Val traveled with y'all for just over 6 months.
Mhm.
So yeah, 6 to 7 months in that range. 6.5. Like 6 months and 3 weeks, give or take.
Do I hear 7? 7 and yours.
It's been about, we'll be moving up to 7 months now.
Months. 7 months.
I can put that
I,
days if you would like, but it's not a smaller number.
You're gonna need help opening the door. Give me the journal. Where is it?
Are you sure you're well enough?
I'm going home.
Yes, you are.
Where's the journal?
If you need a direct route and you're willing to exhaust yourself, please feel free to do so, but I might be able to give you an indirect route that doesn't cause you quite so much exhaustion.
Faster? Slower?
Roundabout. Maybe slower by an easy bit.
Make a persuasion check.
either way, this is Rye Excellence. She's from another sanctum and she's been working with us.
Library, right?
Yes, the library. That's a
have the
10
air
more.
of it around you.
Well, thank you, I think.
Of course, he already knew. What's the point?
What, Jordan?
He's being awfully persistent about the journals. Is this actually Tyrek?
Insight check.
Is there any
Has he possessed?
inkling that this is a plant? And that's why it's so easy to say them.
Make
No, he's a
a
human. He's
perception
not a
check.
plant.
It's almost like there's some PTSD with that possession stuff.
Okay, when has anything ever been that easy?
I
Perception.
mean,
21.
21, you said?
Yes.
Okay. You read an impatience in him, and this like, as soon as Halberd mentioned Liren having been captured, like, there was this antsiness and this tension and this impatience that's been slowly growing and growing. And then he mentioned how long Tyrek had been gone. And, like, it seemed at that point Tyrek is just, like, no shits given, ready to go home and get this figured out. And with a 21, you see a little bit of a flash of guilt almost in this almost a
I should have been there.
yeah, like an I could have done something and I wasn't there. I was gone and it's my fault. Like, I couldn't stop it. This feeling almost of helplessness and guilt and a strong desire to return home as quickly as he can. Like, he likes y'all, but he wants to see his sister.
We're reaching out to Rissa right now, Tyrek. If you would like to try to get home after everything you've been through, I'm not sure I can say that we would stop you, but
Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back.
we aren't trying to keep you away. We're trying to get you there safely.
Halberd, also make a persuasion check. Rye, what was yours?
10.
10?
Mm. 15.
15?
We can make an impatience check.
Contested, yeah. Seeing how willing he is to listen. He turns to Rye and gives a short bow, and he says, "Thank you, but I need to get home as quickly as I can." And he looks at Halberd and he says, "Please, contact Rissa. Either she can open the door or I can here. But I need to be there."
I'll look at Kasator and just nod at him and, do you mind reaching out to Rissa, trying to get her to come?
Certainly. Tyrek, could Rissa open the door using these books as an anchor point?
Probably. It's having the journals at the origin point is the most helpful. You say you had recovered some already. They should be solid enough for her to open a door here. Especially if there's one to anchor it on this end. It should be fine.
I suppose that was my question, that if she was going to open a door in this world, placing it in the right location, how accurate would it be with a smaller number of journals and with these help anchor it? But I will reach out to her and let her know what we have in our possession and see what she can do.
Please.
So I will cast Sending to Rissa. Mark it off before I talk, otherwise I'll forget to do it. Okay, so to Rissa, I will say. We have recovered. We have 2 journals in our possession. Can you give us a door to get him home? Eight
I
left.
think we missed that on a few words.
Should I repeat?
I think we've got the gist of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Counts.
good
Yay.
enough.
We probably need to open up the bag just to allow the ping to reach.
Exactly. We'll open up the box to get the book. A signal.
Did I miss anything exciting?
Really.
Okay.
She responds. That's wonderful news. I'll open a door and be there shortly. Having the anchor point on your side will help. Thank you. A few moments pass, and in the doorway to this chamber, there is a shifting green and golden glow interspersed with sparks of silver white light. And it forms this swirling, ethereal, misty portal. And Rissa steps through. And she goes, and she embraces Tyrek and checks him over, holds his face in her hands, and just looks at him, and then gives him another hug. And she says, "You've been much missed." And she looks at you. She says, "Thank you. Your work has been much appreciated. And having Tyrek will help make things quite a bit easier. Laren's waiting if you're ready."
Of course.
And Tyrek just looks at her and just turns and strides towards the door. And he pauses for a moment right before he goes through, and he says, "Thank you, all of you, very much. I'll see you shortly. Be safe." And he heads through the portal into the Sanctum.
Rissa, before you go, I think it would be best if you take these 2 journals with you. The Sanctum will need all it can get, and the library right now is being very gracious in helping out recover.
They've been in contact. And your liaison's working well with your group? That'd be you, miss. Isn't that right?
Has its moments, but yes, I would say well is a good verb.
She raises an eyebrow at Kazator and at Halberd. Just sort of...
She is most excellent.
Party on, dudes.
No, she's been very helpful, and she's been very good for us, I do believe. For as much as she drives us crazy, and we probably drive her even more crazy, she stuck out through quite a bit, and I think we're better for it. And her companion, the one who's getting the journals, I'll nod over to House. He has been doing a very good job. Very, very skilled at his craft. So we are very much thankful for whatever help we can get. But a showdown's coming, Rissa, and I don't know what it entails. So be very, very careful with the Sanctum and the doors and the gates. And I know you know this already. I'm speaking to the choir, but it needs to be said. I think it's going to get worse. So
Be careful. We appreciate all the work that you're doing.
how is the Sanctum healing up?
It's a bit of a rocky road.
Love that ice cream.
She's hurt. And lashing out. Grieving. As you'd expect from one who just lost their partner. Having Tirek back will hopefully help. And getting all of y'all back as well. She needs all the help she can get. So make it through safe. And come home.
I think that is most certainly the plan. But best laid plans never survive first contact, so be safe. Sanctum's strong. She's been through a nightmare, but she'll get through on the other side. We'll keep on running her well, and we'll get her back up and running if and when possible. Do you know anything, Rissa? We've been on this world, and you have a wealth of knowledge that I can't even imagine. I think we don't even know where Tiamat is. There's been speculation if she's here on this world or locked in hell. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore, but if you have any advice or any knowledge of this world in the city, with all your access and wisdom and many years of study, no, it would be greatly appreciated.
We did manage to confirm that the skilled tyrant is bodily in Avernus still. Although orders managing our forces have come through a lieutenant, an enforcer, and the Queen herself has not been active in some time. And we're trying hard to pinpoint when exactly that was. The issues with her daughters, especially having kidnapped Lyran, are very concerning.
Well, I'll sleep slightly better at night should we make it to the night, knowing that she's not quite on this earth just yet.
Can I do a quick insight check on Rissa?
Sure, make an insight check.
That's not good. That's an 8. That's not
8.
good.
All right, what in particular are you trying to discern?
I've never met her before, so I don't know her.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's trying to figure out how much she's actually trustworthy.
Okay. What you can see is that she does carry herself with authority, that she's used to speaking on certain matters and having it and being listened to. You're confident she was very relieved to see Tirek. You do get the sense that she is not saying everything about the Sanctum, not disclosing any particular difficulties or weaknesses, and it's decent odds that it's probably because of the mixed company. As far as whether she's trustworthy or not, I mean, you don't know her.
I have curiosity. How is your Sanctum able to confirm that Tiamat is still in hell?
You and the library are not our only allies. We spoke with the Guardians. Just to see if they'd had any news. You'd raised a fine point with the combination of the fiends and the dragons attacking us. And so we decided to investigate. And the Guardians were kind enough to reassure us that Tiamat is still contained.
Thank you for your openness.
We are allies, aren't we?
Insight check right after that. Little grunt.
All right, go ahead and roll insight, right? Go ahead and contest that.
28.
Now you get
That's more than I can ever reach. I rolled a 26.
Oh.
Oh. So,
Rise an enemy.
Ryan, what are you presenting? What does Halberd pick up from you?
I think it's probably just the same sort of distance that she had the first time she met them or the first time she met Orberus, of just like, I don't know you. Kind of that same thing that Riss is giving off. I don't know you. So
To be in a room full of rogues.
Right, you do notice, and he's not hiding it, but he's being somewhat subtle. Oust has slowly been making his way from his former position to come stand closer, just to watch your back, to be nearby.
Well, I think I can definitely say for our part thus far, and all that we've seen, you're absolutely right, Wrestling. Yes, we are allies. I'll look at Ryan and smile. We've made it through much, and I would very much like to make it through more, and as much as I would like to come and leave this wonderful, wonderful land of enchantment and adventure and all things hellish. I don't think our work is done here yet, so if you need us, please inform us. And we do owe the library a great deal of gratitude for helping retrieve what journals we have recently, so, and keeping other ones safe. But you keep safe as well. Give my best to Lyra and those who are at the Sanctum, and hopefully we will see you shortly.
I'll be sure to pass that on. Before I go, have you had any luck discovering the location of the last journal on this world?
The time y'all would have found that out is the session I was gone for, so.
We found out that it wasn't on the world.
So
Where it be?
it's
You
not.
found out that you could not get a signal.
Yeah.
I
You're
I
right.
do
We
not
couldn't get a
know-
signal. That's right.
I do not know where it is on this world. So maybe it's terrible to say, but it seems like bigger things have come up that prevented us from pursuing that one even further. Like Tiamat herself trying to be released, but
No, I say that's a decently large problem to take care of. If you do happen to get a bead on it, well, you know what to do.
yeah, we'll try. Do you all need anything from us?
Just get home as soon as you can.
That would
Be
be
We'll
safe.
do that.
And
That second one, I don't know if we can guarantee,
when you
but
come
we will
home,
try.
when you come home, I would appreciate the story of what happened to young Val. He'd been concerned
Oh,
with the danger.
and y'all
I
broke
honestly
the
hadn't
news.
expected
I
to
left.
hear from you. He'd said that if he'd lost contact, things had likely gone very badly. I'm much
Well,
relieved. I
They
am
I'll
much
just be
relieved.
down here, guys.
they did go very badly,
Pear-shaped.
but not. Yeah, very badly.
Perfect person.
He walked the footsteps of his father, and we entrusted him to Saini to guard his travels from the traveler. So,
That must be a mighty relief for his spirit.
Yes. Yeah. No, nothing is a relief on this world, Rissa. Nothing is a relief. But such is life, and we don't have time to just feel bad about it, so
No,
grief and
and we
despair when
do.
the time takes place.
We all have tasks that needs taken care of. Forgive me. The door will not hold much longer. I thank you for collecting the journals you have. And I'll be in touch. If you need my aid, call. And I'll do what I can.
I'll salute, walk over, give her a hug, and head on towards the tunnels.
I will walk up to her and have we heard about Luca? How he's fared? I don't remember. You haven't heard anything?
Have not.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to her and just hand her a satchel and say, if Luca is all right, these are components that I had gathered for him over our journeys. I was supposed to trade with him. Lost Luca.
Glitching out there, Jordan.
Can you hear me now? Ish.
Ish? Better?
I see a nod from. Okay. Did you get what I had said about? I handed her a satchel and told her it was components that I had gathered for Luca over our travels that I was supposed. He had asked me to gather and trade for some teaching.
You see a very serious expression come over her face. And she said,
Trapped.
Luca has gone the same way as Odin. So you may hold on to these for now. When you return, I'll take you to his chambers. Perhaps some of his notes or books may stand in for the teaching that he is unable to do.
I'll solemnly nod as I put the satchel away and say, well, since thankfully you have not gone that way, I'll pull out 2 books, and she had given me a list of books to collect for her, and I will hand her The Voyage of the Basilisk and Where the Crickets Sing. Say I was unable to complete your list, but I did come across these at a few of the small towns that are gone.
And you see for the first time in this whole conversation a unabashedly bright smile just come across her face. And she gratefully receives the books. It says,
Oh.
It's the small things. should be irrelevant at this point, but you don't know how much these brighten my day. Thank you.
I'll kind of lean in and whisper, not a single page is dog-eared. Kind of wink at her.
I should certainly hope not. Thank you.
Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself.
You
I
would
know.
also.
Hug her and stand by Halberd.
Cool, cool.
Oh, I left.
Yeah, Halberd walked out the door, but you can
Never mind.
stand
Stand with the
towards
others.
towards the way he left.
Yeah.
I
Halberd,
don't.
question. Because the portal is actually in the doorway still.
Ah, so we're not in a tunnel that goes the opposite direction.
No, y'all are in a chamber, a cavern.
Oh, I so badly want to walk through that. My bad. I thought that it was like we were in a tunnel area and there was a doorway over here and the tunnel back that way. But
Just Hubbard walking through the door and going,
Y'all
"Oh."
had just woken up. Y'all were with Tyrek in the cavern where morning.
okay, then I will hang out and chill.
Okay. So Kazator can stand by Halberd if he desires.
I'll not go bump him as he walks up.
Cool.
Not little much.
So sort of holding the books close to her chest, Rissa gives a bow. She says, "Be safe. And I'll see you soon." And heads out the portal. And as she walks through, she disappears from view. It flickers for a few brief moments and then disappears into a wisp of mist that dissipates. And the door out of the cavern is now open for those who wish to walk away.
Yeah, I'll go to my gear and pull out some stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna nudge Kasator and just say, "Man, that was a very nice thing you did." And I go wandering off too.
All right. At this point, we are going to go ahead and speed through some of our downtime.
What?
I'm gonna have all of y'all roll a d20. Highest
Oh, God.
roll goes first.
Straight roll.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I picked this one, so let's roll.
This is
Okay.
This is downtime initiative.
Essentially, downtime initiative.
so do I add
Let's
my
start
initiative to that?
with Jay. You got
A one.
a 1. Thank you. I have my note screen up, so y'all are going to have to use words real quick. Rye.
10.
All right. Kazator.
All right.
17.
Here first.
17. Nice. Doran.
Except I don't want to go first.
I too have a 10.
All right. Ryan Doran, go ahead and roll again. And then Halberd, what did you get?
I got a 12.
Nice.
I will use the yeet dice. I again have a 10.
I have a 17.
Okay, so Rye first, then Doran. But top of the order, Kazator.
Celiax?
Celiax was a 2. I did get that one.
I don't know why that was funny to me. He
Alright,
got a 2.
he did get a 2. Kazator. Over
Yeah.
the downtime. So for the next week, essentially, what are you wanting to accomplish?
I feel like there's gonna be more happening.
There might be, but nobody
Rituals,
can tell
so-
the future. So
yeah,
what are you
so,
working on?
So Yeah. No. So I'm gonna say that yeah, all of these are, I guess, just keeping in close contact with the group and kind of keeping an eye on things. I am going to spend the last, let's see, 36 hours to finish Doran's crossbow.
Okay.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting someone's making a thing for me. Yay.
Enchanting the crossbow to have 1 daily charge of Hail of
I am-
Thorns, I believe.
What?
Correct.
Is that right?
That is
That-
correct.
That sounds awesome. I didn't know what you were actually doing, man.
I know.
That's that sounds awesome.
There's
No, losing Jordan again.
30 hit the celestial squirrel. My hippopotamus.
Welcome back.
Okay, I think we got you back.
Oh. I'll turn the light on real quick.
Okay. The regular old pie and the spotless ore. So I need to go to the wing and claw and the 5 fiends. Although I'll skip the 5 fiends because I've already been there. I mean, I'm sorry, because that's where the first ritual was. So I'm only going to go to the spotless ore. And then actually, what the heck? I'll re-hit. I'm sorry. I need to go to the wing and claw. I'll re-hit the spotless ore, regular old pie, and celestial squirrel
Okay.
a second time. I'm just spending a few hours there each evening. And then I believe Rye has an item for me that I will work on whenever she gives that to me.
Yep. I've got notes for that. We'll go ahead and take care of that. You were glitching a little bit. I heard you're going to the
Okay.
places. What are you doing at the places?
Disguise self, infiltrate, mass suggestion.
Okay, good deal. Go ahead
Passive
and
suggestion.
roll 3 persuasion checks for me.
Okay, persuasion, 15. 19. I'm sorry, the second was a dirty 20. 15, dirty 20, 25.
Okay, nice. So what are you attempting to communicate? The same sort of rumors about the Brotherhood's untrustworthiness?
And I will throw in that the recent raucous events were part of the Brotherhood schemes.
Okay. Overall, you're finding your rumors are taking hold, that there's starting to be this division within the city, and that there's some skepticism about the Brotherhood themselves. While they're still moving forward with this enfolding the Brotherhood into the church, the public opinion on it is becoming more split. And you're starting to see that reflected in some of the attitudes of the general populace.
Sweet.
Cool.
Do I need to make any rolls for finishing up the crossbow?
Make
I believe
How
I
many-
had rolled
how many checks
once
have you
for
done?
the first. I think I've only done one, and it was a success for like the first half or something
Mhm.
like that. I've only done one though. I know.
Okay. Pulling up my guide here. Okay. You need to do 2 more.
Okay, and remind me, is this with my? It's just my
Or
modify
excuse me.
spellcasting modifiers for
Excuse
charisma.
me. 4 more. 4 more.
Oh wow. Okay, 4
this
more.
Arcana check. Or,
Arcana check.
hold up. You're a bard. Charisma is your spellcasting modifier. So go ahead and roll a d20, add your charisma, and add your proficiency bonus.
Okay, sweet. You said 4 more checks, right?
4 more checks.
So the first one is a 24.
That's a success.
Second is 25.
Also success.
Got a dirty 20
Success.
and an 18.
Barely a success.
Woo!
But
Nice.
you do manage
yeah.
to complete the crossbow successfully. It is good to go. It is a daily enchantment. Will recharge with the dawn, so once a day. It will enable the user to activate Hail of Thorns when fired.
Present that to Doran. And, just inform you that this is due to the limited time restraints of this enchantment. I could only imbue it with a single use per day, but since you are mostly a face-to-face kind of individual, I just wanted to give you a little aid in case you are prevented from getting up close and personal as you enjoy. But essentially, this will allow you to activate the Hail of Thorns. Will create a sort of thorns that drew from the bolt, your crossbow bolt, and it will increase the damage dealt by the bolts, and any creature standing within about 5 feet of the individual that you strike will also be hurt by the shrapnel.
Send you the spell description, Garrett.
Yeah. It's a D10 of damage, and anything in 5 feet has to make a save.
Okay, is it out of character? Is the spell like in the book? Because I'll just look it up in the book.
Yeah.
Okay, Hail of Thorns.
Yep.
Okay, I'll look that up here in a minute. Because back in roleplay, yeah, I'm holding it and looking it over. I'm like, thank you for this. I really mean it, Quesador. Thank you. You know, do one of those cool like medieval like bro handshakes thing.
As you look, and as you look at it, there's various arcane runes worked into this scrolling vine and leaf pattern. Now adorns the sides of the crossbow. And if you look closely at the leaves, there are kind of those hidden picture books where like you look at a picture and there's like, there's a duck in that tree somehow. It's like there's arcane symbols kind of in the leaf of the vines.
Oh, that's awesome. No. That's dope. That gives Garrett a complication, but Doran is happy. Thank you for this. And then I guess if we can play time travel here later, that maybe this is when I give him the symbol of Bahamut that I get enchanted for him.
Yep. This whole section is going to be a little wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yeah. Fast forward, rewind. Fast forward, rewind.
Yep.
Change to disc 2.
Be kind, rewind.
Yeah.
Hit those quick save buttons.
Yeah. You always have to go to the world map and then you can save. Otherwise, if you're in town, you got to find the save point.
I know.
And then the random battle begins. Right as you're just like that close. 2 more steps. Come on.
All right. So.
Crossbow.
We'll go ahead and say you and Rye, I'm speaking for Rye a little bit, we'll spend the required time fixing up and repairing that item that we had previously discussed. And that is also functional at this point. We will go ahead and jump back in time. Halberd.
Hello. Getting some very Back to the Future vibes going on here.
Da.
And I think, Lauren, with that time, that's about 3 days worth in the evening. So if other people need help with things, I've got some time to throw in there for the week, I believe. Just FYI.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Halberd,
Yes.
there were a number of things that you had wanted to do. What did you want to do first?
Talk with Gahir and get her to go look at something for me.
Okay. She hangs around and has been making a point of reporting in pretty consistently. She does let you know that the Brotherhood has sort of changed their plans. She had intercepted a message that all evening, in light of the recent dangers, all evening activities have been discontinued.
Oh,
That things have been deemed too risky for the Brotherhood, and so the dinner events and the shows and the chance to explore and see this beautiful city has been put on hold until further notice.
did I
if
effectively
things do-
cancel third shift?
Yes.
Cool. Sorry.
So she does communicate that. You can surmise that having their resources stolen, their knowingly being spied on, and having their trials and first attempts at whatever it was they were doing stymied, they're gonna hold off on things for a little bit.
Oh darn.
Bravo. So she comes to you, she gives this report and asks if there is anything, any other service she can perform, or shall she continue monitoring the Brotherhood activities.
Thank you, James.
There's a young lady of potentially not such young age, but particular interest, named Aura, that I am much curious and very concerned about. And she seems to be frequently around our arbiter, and I think it might be best to know what we can about who she is and what she's up to. She has a charm or a talisman or some form of jewelry that was given her. A trinket that we were told, but I think it's more than a trinket. I would very much like to know what she has and what she's up to.
I can certainly gather this information.
From a more personal perspective, what comes next to here? For you.
I leave here, I continue to spy for you and gather the information you need.
After this is all done.
This will not be done while they yet live.
No, but there will come a point where either you are dead or they are dead, and then what happens? If
They are dead, and
you
I
are
will rejoice.
And then what? You're living.
And then I go find the rest of their family. You say this Reuven is but one brother of how many?
There.
Who knows the
Vengeance
plans
quest.
that they have been enacting? I will stop them where I find them. And if I do not find them, I will search until I do.
I like this one.
You've got a lot of zeal, and you've got a lot of passion. And you've got a lot of vengeance in your heart, and I understand that. But what happens when the bloodletting ceases? There's nothing else that you can find. What happens then? What happens when you're left all alone in life and you have to try to figure out how to pick up the pieces and move on? Because you're on a path of vengeance right now, and I've been there for over 200 years. I've lived more lives of vengeance than you will probably ever come to experience, and I can tell you this. It's really empty. So what comes next after this? another mission, another person to murk in their sleep, another person to prove that you're better than, another person to find another person who's dealt with the savagery associated with the life that you have had broken and stolen from you.
Yet, experiencing that empty place where everything that I knew and loved was taken from me is what landed me on this path.
Mm-hmm.
If it takes the rest of my life to destroy this organization, these monsters, it will be worth it. You may have found it empty, but I have not. There is so much more I can do to them.
Yes. You have a great, incredible array of skills and abilities, knowledge and wisdom that come on your side, but what happens when you look in the mirror and you become the monster you're wanting to destroy?
If I succeed in my vengeance, it will be worth it.
I think what you're going to find is that it's going to be empty. And I understand going down that road, and trust me, I'm very glad that you're here walking down this road with me. And I would not want another ally in this fight right now. But there's going to come a point where missions cease, and it doesn't bring back things that were lost. It doesn't bring back the things that are lost. And I'll kind of drift off, just staring out past her for a little bit. And yeah, vengeance is good for its time and all that, if you could actually say that. I don't know if I can anymore. But there's more to life than vengeance. See, right now you're fighting for something, just trying to get revenge. And we can guise it under the disguise of, I want to keep other people from having it happen to me too. But you've always worked for money when you killed. Or you've worked for vengeance when you killed. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I have found neither to be unsatisfying.
I think that might be because you haven't found a third option.
And you're here to present that third option.
Just here to let you know, for as much as it might seem hard to believe, there might be people who care about what you do with the rest of your life. And if you walk down the road and you do realize that the bloodlust and everything else doesn't actually satisfy as much as you want, there might be a third option to utilize all your gifts, all your abilities, but with a bigger purpose in mind.
Make a persuasion check.
16?
Okay. Kier sort of looks at you and is quiet for a moment. Sort of just surveys your expression. Just if I get to that point, I'll let you know.
I can also give you a chance maybe for a new family. someplace where you belong. But you got people who want you around. You got one person who doesn't want to see you mess up your life the way he messed up his. And I don't necessarily know if you're on that path or not, but don't do anything too stupid out there.
I am not the one who walked into a building full of foes. You were lucky.
I was good.
And Tahoe, so humble.
I don't get it that often, so you got to give me one.
Man, that's good.
Truly, you do have skill to be admired.
Oh, because it's funny.
I should go. I have more information to gather and a new target to observe. Be in touch.
Be safe out there. I very much do appreciate you. I would like to see you through the end of all this. And yeah, I need to go work on some arrow stuff.
Okay. What arrow stuff are you working on?
Oh my goodness. Well, you see, I've got some claws that I need to carve down and make into some bleed arrows and hollow out.
Cool.
And then I've got a Zippo lighter from a dragon that I need to figure out. And
Okay.
I got some crossbow bolts and 5 things of exploding awesome tower things, whatever, that I got to put on arrows and a crossbow bolt. So we're
To
going to
note, you have 5 bombs.
Mhm.
Are you wanting to dismantle the bombs and try to make bomb arrows?
I need to figure out how those bombs are made, but yes, I would very much love to be able to do that with my dwarf and my bard friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is definitely going to take both
Or
of their help.
attach.
So we'll deal with that when we get to Doran's turn here in a minute.
So how big are these, just from my point of reference?
It's like the one from Batman 66, right?
I mean, they're decently large. They weigh a pound or two. They're
Explosion.
fist-sized,
Yeah.
or slightly larger. They're a shell encasing this combination of powders, and there is a fuse that can be lit. These are essentially grenades designed to be lit and thrown.
Yeah. See, I'd love to put one on an arrow that will probably reduce my 600-foot range down to maybe like 60. But I'm okay with that. And I'd like to figure out if I can put one on my arrows and then work my dragon Zippo lighter to be able to light them off and yeet them across
Okay.
the battlefield.
That we can probably do. It will probably reduce it'll reduce the range. It'll
I love
reduce
this idea.
the damage that they do, but it can probably be done. So it's just going to take a series of checks to accomplish that.
Cool.
Let's start with the bleed arrows, getting the Umberholt claws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're carving, you're whittling
Okay, so
those. Make a sleight of hand check.
Casator would like to help with the explosive ones.
Clasator
Yeah.
will definitely be helping with the explosive ones.
Sleight of
I
hand
want
is
to
going to
help
be
too.
it's a 13.
Like 13?
So,
Alright.
no, sorry. I rolled a 5, so I rolled an 18.
18. Okay, go ahead and roll me a d4 and a d6.
That's 8.
8. You've got 8 arrows. 8 bleed arrows.
Nice.
So essentially what these will do is these are designed, they're designed hollow, and once they impact, they will break off in the flesh of whatever creature you fire them at, and do half as much damage on the next turn, the turn after you hit with it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's awful.
I was gonna say that's
You
terrible.
basically are shooting a straw into your enemy so it can just be a sprinkler.
Yep.
That's what I've envisioned, and it's
That's it.
terrible in the best
Essentially,
way.
Yeah.
The grass needs watering. It's a drought down here in Dragon.
The river district will run again.
What makes the grass green?
All right.
It's like a sieve on a maple tree.
Essentially, yeah, a tap. Anyway, so you've got 8 of those arrows.
Cool.
And a tap roll.
We're going to do the Zippo lighter, getting that situated with Doran and Kazator. Why not? We'll go ahead and we'll take care of that now. So who's handling what? Because what needs to happen here, you need to dismantle. You have 5 opportunities to dismantle a bomb and turn it into arrows. You can probably get 2 arrows out of each grenade, out of each bomb there.
Oh, please don't blow yourself up.
So it'll be dismantling it, reconfiguring it, and attaching it to create the new arrows. So there are 3 steps there. And then using the fancy dragon lighter fire starter spark kit, attaching it to your bow in such a way that it will spark the arrows as they pass through it. So there are 4 checks that need to get made. Who's handling what? Kazator, Halberd, and
Is
Doran.
he? Can I ask a quick question of mechanics?
Yes.
For that mechanism, is that him? Does he have to activate the lighter before he can shoot the arrow on each of those shots?
Like he's got it drawn and he has to push a button.
Essentially, yeah.
It's like a bonus action. So Halberd, I like the idea. I think you've been watching Doran and I and taking some notes. This seems a bit time consuming. What if instead we packed the explosive at the end of the arrow like you are, but then it was tipped with flint inside a hole of steel where the impact would strike and ignite the powder, and then it would be self-causing. It would be a little bit quicker.
Yeah, what about that? That would be pretty cool.
We could make that work.
I think a couple supplies from the general store, or possibly the components of your lighter here, if you want to disassemble that, if you want to keep it together, because it is pretty cool. We could probably just get some flint and steel from the general store.
I am all for ease of access, high explosives, and not blowing ourselves up in the process.
Get the box in the
I think I do too. So
Now we've changed the plan.
I feel like
basically the same idea. Like Lauren said, yeah, we still got to disassemble the bomb.
Yeah.
But basically, instead of assembling a lighter to the bow, we just have to do the flint tip.
Yeah, so essentially it takes your 4 tasks and takes it down to 3. So 1 for each well, essentially.
Okay.
Or you can be working together on various combinations to try and figure that out.
I am always down for helping each other.
Yay, helpfulness,
Right.
teamwork, and
So-
such.
Who's taking the lead on what, and how are you wanting to accomplish that?
Can you name the 3 tasks real quick again? Disassemble the bomb.
Disassemble the bomb, reconfigure the explosives,
The specialized.
and then to attach to the arrow, and then assembling the arrows in the end.
Okay.
I think the arrow assembly, well,
The one that
Because
I am fairly good at the detailed tinkering. Unlike Dorn, I know your skills are with the hammering and things. I've got the fine detail. So I don't know which would be best suited.
let me be the one to take out the highly explosive part, or you need to, and I'll deal with that.
I've got mithril armor. It'll be fine. I've got a +1 shield.
Yeah,
I've been meaning to ask what that shield looks like, Lauren.
Lauren like stands behind me with this shield.
Because Doran is bomb squad protecting you while you disassemble. I like that plan.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the disassembling, with Doran's assistance, providing
No,
some
not
of
the
the
red wire.
security and watching over you, go ahead and roll sleight of hand with advantage.
Like I'm holding the shield up, but he has to like reach around. There's like a little window in the shield.
31.
Don't describe it too well, so get a
31.
disadvantage.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That wasn't. There's
How
no
many,
window. I'm
how
being a
many
goof.
of the bombs are you wanting to disassemble for your arrows?
Because I thought about it. So walk me through this real fast. If we redo the explosive mechanism, I won't need the Zippo lighter to light them off.
Right.
Okay, then I would like to do 3 regular arrows and 1 crossbow bolt for Doran, and then save 1 as a hand grenade.
Okay. So you can still each bomb can be disassembled and it'll make 2 arrows. Because trying to pack everything onto the end of 1 arrow, like that makes a super heavy arrow that's just going to flop. Like it'll be too front heavy to fly.
Yeah. Okay.
You said each bomb was like a pound, right?
Right.
Okay.
So
We can
We'll
get some
do-
decent stuff. Ugh, excuse me.
I don't see Doran using a crossbow a ton. I hope he does.
Although I do have a new one.
We'll do 2 crossbow bolts, 4 arrows, and 2 grenades.
Okay. Good deal. With a 31, you managed to break them down successfully. So you still have 2 bombs, and then the other 3 are successfully dismantled. You have harvested the explosive powders within without lighting yourself on fire and without causing an explosion. So this is good. Good job. Next up, who is taking the lead on mixing the powders and assembling the not attaching them and putting them on the arrowheads yet, but just putting together the chemical components and preparing the adding the flint and the steel and assembling that part.
Sounds like someone who knows mixtures, chemistry, and things like that. Personally.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So
that seems
like
a little
Halbert,
more chemical.
I think he would be perhaps best suited again to front that, and I do have a fair bit of reading under my belt of such endeavors, and I've a few explosive bolts of my own that I've been studying. I would be happy to assist.
cool. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. This is going to be a
I'll make sure there are no lit candles in the room.
This will be an intelligence check, just making the knowing the proportions and figuring out how to mix them without blowing them up and without
I'm not sure I even know which component is which. Doran, do you know these better than I do?
Oh, I don't know.
Doran, as a smith, you
Yes.
are familiar with sulfur and carbon and saltpeter and the like the charcoal and how everything mix. Like you've worked with those individually. You haven't necessarily specifically worked with them in this setting, but you are more familiar with the chemical compounds themselves, just as natural parts of the smithing process.
And
Okay.
mining. Was your family involved in mining?
Yeah, I mean, the idea was when you couldn't find work from customers, you went and mined so you could.
Yeah.
You've
Okay.
actually used explosives before,
Yeah.
Doran. Like this is not
Then
entirely new.
Oh, well then
So-
I totally know what's going on.
We kind of forgot about that.
We've not established. We never explored all that.
So
I don't know things.
I'll be assisting him, and as he's using his practical knowledge, I'm doing the heady talking about the chemical
book
compositions of the compounds, and I'm like, if you add some aluminum powder, the explosion will burn much hotter. Which I don't know if the initial powder composition had that, but I think it would be a wonderful additive.
Okay. So, Doran, go ahead and make an intelligence check. So roll a d20, add your intelligence, add your proficiency, roll at advantage with Kazator's assistance.
Oh, awesome! I get to roll 2 dice. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like, I'm tired. I completely zoned out for a minute. So when y'all started talking to me, I was like, "Wait, where am I?"
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. An 8 and an 18. Woo!
Hey.
What was that? All the things were told to me, and I missed out on them.
So take the
That
higher
was-
roll,
18.
add your intelligence, and add your
I'm a
proficiency.
smart.
26, I think.
Should be +8. I think. Yeah. That's good.
22. Yeah, 26.
26? No
I think
problem.
so.
You manage to discern the correct chemical composition. You manage to retain the force desired, so
Yeah.
you're not losing as much potential oomph as you could have.
All the
Overall,
oomph.
a success. So you've got everything measured out, you've got everything engaged, you've got everything sort of set up. Who is taking the lead on the finer detail of putting it all together and attaching it to the actual arrowheads? Like assembling the final
Yeah.
delivery mechanism.
You're shooting them.
Yeah, I'll put them together because I'll know how aerodynamics work. Having worked
I
with
have
aero-
my Tinker's kit. I'm fairly proficient with crafting such things.
You know, I would gladly walk you through how I have worked with arrows of larger proportions and different aerodynamic features. So yeah, if you want to take point and work this through, absolutely.
Okay. So utilizing Halberd's knowledge of the aerodynamics, the flight of the arrow, and how to sort of maximize the potential range. Kazator, go ahead and roll me a dexterity check with your Tinker's tools. So dexterity and add your proficiency to it.
Sweet.
Is this a saving throw?
Not a saving throw. This is an ability check.
I was hoping it's a saving throw.
That is a natural 20 for a
Woo!
27.
Okay, so
27. Fabulous. Bravo, Garrett. Yeah, successfully without damaging anything, without losing anything over the process. You successfully managed to have, what was it? 2 crossbow bolts,
Mhm.
4 arrows, and maintaining the 2 grenades.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dorn and Kazator, do y'all both use crossbows now?
I mean, I technically have 2 now. Yeah. I don't use it as much.
I actually have some leftover explosive bolts in my quiver, so I'd be happy to let Doran use these.
Alrighty, yeah, just wherever y'all need. I think,
Would
allowing
this-
people to use whatever they need that would allow us to best survive. I'm all for the allocation of resources, wherever you think best.
Would the spell in the new crossbow work in addition to the explosion? That should
Potentially.
work, right?
In conjunction, yeah.
I like this idea.
Mm-hmm.
I will gladly accept the 2 explosive bolts.
So,
This will
Lauren,
be fun.
I don't need the Zippo lighter anymore,
Okay.
right?
Not for this particular task. You can hold on to it.
I'll
If
hold
you
on
want.
to it. What about that voice box?
The voice box, the screeching one.
Sounds like a-
yes.
Sounds like a FNAF jump scare.
That's essentially what it is. Think piercing,
awesome.
screeching, horrible cry designed to strike fear into those who listened. Like, y'all experienced it, y'all heard it. So you've managed to save the voice box, and you wanted to turn it into what? Some sort of a whistle, or a be able to activate it as needed, essentially.
Yeah, I'd like to mount it. So can I get it to where when I fire my arrow through, it makes a screaming sound, kind of like my Aztec Death Wish arrow that I designed?
See you.
Oh man.
You'd be able to. You can mount it. You'd probably be able to mount it in such a way that an arrow passing through it would trigger it, but the mechanisms that that run through there would get worn out more quickly.
Mhm.
So you'd be able to do it a limited number of times per day, and then it would need maintenance and cleaning and refreshing to be able to use it the next day.
Cool. Yeah, why not? I'd like to do that underneath my arrow rest so it doesn't necessarily have to be shot through it, but I could load
Basically,
it.
have it hinged up so you could snap it into place and use it, and then
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, you're blinging out your bow, and I love it so much. Go ahead and
Make a contact with his fate.
Yeah.
this is a fairly high DC. What tools do you have to work with this? How mechanically are you wanting to handle it?
Well, if I know how it works and I know that I can use it to fire an arrow through, I think the biggest thing is going to be getting it bound into the bow. I don't want it just lashed so it comes loose, but if you will, like notching out a little section on the bow and then sliding it in place and then inlaying or binding it into that. So I've got woodworking tools to cut out a little bit of the bow. And then I know Dorn's got his metal tools and Jordan has his tinker tools that we could put it in and then.
I was gonna say, aren't I already doing the inlay on the bow too?
Mhm.
So yeah, I could be that when it's my turn. That's I could be doing that.
Okay.
Get the inlay going with the silver.
All right. Sure thing. So who's Doran, are you wanting to take the lead on installing that with Halberd's help then? Or is Halberd taking Doran's assistance and managing his own equipment with this?
I'll take
I'll
point
let-
'cause it's my bow. If you're okay.
I was
with
gonna
that.
say it's his equipment, so I will follow the lead of the owner of the item.
Okay.
With Jordan singing a nice soft lullaby in the background.
I mean, yeah. It's like earlier when y'all were doing things and I'm just like, yep, that's how you do it.
Okay. Cool.
When you stand there being a manager.
I mean,
Truth hurts. Wear a helmet. I don't know what to tell you. Truth hurts. Wear a cup. I don't know.
depends on where it hits you.
Yeah.
So, Halberd, with
There is no help.
assistance, go ahead and roll a dexterity check. Do you have a tool proficiency to add to this?
Yeah, I've got my. Well, I think I do.
It's that one proficiency where he's proficient with
it's
that thing.
One.
Yeah. He's so proficient, it's like, whoa.
No, I've got thieves' tools and all that stuff, but
No, that would not necessarily apply to this one.
Doo-doo.
So go ahead and just roll a dexterity check. So roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier to it.
cool.
Had you been hinting that you wanted a particularly inspiring word from Kazator?
Hoping for that.
What kind of tools did you need?
The board.
Well, technically, he probably needed woodworking a little bit.
Woodworking would work. Tinkering would work.
I will say,
The scrolling and the bow.
I have
I,
woodworking tools. We gave me those, but I don't think we ever talked about proficiency with them.
I think you have the tools so you can do the things, but you're not
yeah,
proficient with them. Like
Nope.
you make it work, but it's not to the same level as a master of
Not-
the craft.
No.
it's not pretty, but it's functional.
Hmm.
Yep.
So you're carving the design into the bow.
He's mounting the dragon
The
voice
scream
box,
box.
the scream
Yeah.
box.
Oh, yeah. I could do
That's
that
a-
with Tinker's tools, you said?
Tinker's tools would
Is it
accomplish
Tinker's
that. Someone with
Fire.
Tinker tools proficiency would be able to add proficiency to the roll.
I could do this with the same toolkit that I used for the arrows.
So, Halberd, here's the question. Do you want to make it yourself and add your dexterity but not proficiency? Or do you want to let Kazator
Sure.
do it? Like, how are you handling this?
I
Less
will let
mechanically, more
Kazator take
narratively.
point.
I can
do that.
sing. I will,
Sing me a
I will sing for you if you'd like.
I would love that.
It's got to be a scream. It's got to be a screamy death metal song though, because Scream Machine.
Inspiration. Man, if only we had a bard.
Wow.
I do battle inspiration. I have to be inspired in order to pass it on.
Yes, if you sing me a song and that counts as inspiration, then yes.
Yep. That would be what a bard would do.
So, Kazator, do you have a particular song in mind or a particularly inspiring word or anything you'd like to give? Or are you just patting him on the back and saying, "You can do it, buddy"?
I love it.
What's the place you're from named, Albert?
It's gone. I don't know the name.
Dang.
That's terrible to say.
Halberd, you remember a voice in your ear reminding you. You're from the city of Torelm in the Mirthwood.
That's right.
Corel.
Torelm, Torelm.
Yeah, that page I should have pulled up and about. Mirthwood, because you're super creative. We'll talk about it. It's all good. Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna wing this. I'm gonna say
I love this.
there once was an elf from Torelm with a bow he crafted from elm. He put a voice. He put it. Is it a dragon voice box? What is this? Dragon.
I imagine this is how the inspiration is going.
What are you doing?
Oh,
From one of the metal dragons y'all fought in Czar's tomb.
Oh,
that's not elm. That is mahogany.
Yeah, but that doesn't rhyme.
and carved mahogany.
You feel inspired yet?
Why do I think in meme?
Oh my gosh.
He added a box with a scream.
This whole thing is gonna
Shot an arrow with a gleam. And then I'm rhyming elm again. And by this inspiration was most underwhelmed.
That
But
was
effective.
delightful.
I
Was
appreciate
delightful.
that.
Improv.
Welcome to D&D, ladies and gentlemen.
Jordan, what is your bardic inspiration die at this point?
D10.
Because we never get it, so we don't know.
I inspire you in battle all the time. There, you can review the game tape. It's a D10.
Cool. That's going to be a 29.
29.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Super successfully. No problems. Very smoothly. You are familiar with your equipment. You managed to slip it right into place without
Yay.
splitting the wood or damaging the bow, maintaining the integrity of the enchantments. Yeah, you are good.
Thank you. I'm done, I hope.
Okay.
Muska here has something to say, but hopefully not now. Other people.
That's a lot.
Other people.
Right.
So, oh, never mind. I'll wait till my turn.
We'll get to Doran in a minute.
Oh, guys, I have 4 per long rest. Sorry. That was like one of those Garrett realization blurs. Just like, whoa!
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm going quick stuff. She's checking in with Alice just to see how he's doing. She sees Kay's door because she didn't see him at all yesterday and goes, "Oh, darling, I found this thing while I was over at Gertie's brother's place, and it was very weird and peculiar, and I thought you would appreciate the humor of it, so I called it for you. If you need help with anything, let me know."
Okay, Zatora, this thing that she passes over is a small ceramic something. You look a little closer and you realize it is an ocarina.
No.
Ocarina.
Did you get it from a fairy kid or?
It's a ceramic ocarina in the shape of a fox and is lying on its back with its paws in the air and the tongue is sticking out. The finger holes where you place your fingers are in the feet and you blow through the tail. Rye demonstrates, and it doesn't actually play music. It speaks, and it says on various attempts, you realize that they're all related phrases, that they all have something in common. You hear things like, "You've been outfoxed," and "Can't catch this fox by the tail," and "What does the fox say?"
It's a built-in cutting words instrument.
He gets like an extra D10 to his cutting words because it's
So
that
excited.
Not
meme.
quite, but
The ultimate meme item.
you
Second
recognize
only
the
to the pack
arcane
of
nature
cats.
to it. We will. I've already sent you what it does. The repairs do need to take place. It will take about 8 hours. 4 if the two of y'all work together. You can cut that time in half.
Rye does intend to help him, and she covers the cost of everything.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, I like her again.
And then I will, over the rest of the downtime, add the remaining spells to my spell book. And then I also wanted to do research.
Yes.
primarily on seeing to get more information on the ritual, if I can find any records identifying the green dragon, and information on aura.
Okay. Go ahead.
If she's going book hunting, I will always join for that.
Okay. The first period is while you are helping with the arrows. So the first one, she is going to be independent, but the second two, she can get your assistance on. So roll 3 investigation checks. The first for the ritual, the second for aura, and the third for the dragon.
Okay, the first one is a dirty 20.
Okay.
The second one is 24.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is 15.
Okay. So 20 for the ritual, 24 for aura, 15 for the dragon.
Yes.
So, of the things you have learned about the ritual, like what you're discovering, you find a little bit about the purpose, that it is going to, from what you have been able to discover, of other rituals like this and things that have occurred far in the past. So all of these historical documents are very old, but you're paging through, and things on this scale, something this large scale, are going. They're all going to require some sort of sacrificial element. That this one in particular, from the things you have seen, with these keystones that you have collected, are probably going to have some sort of conjuration or summoning effect. That the final stage of a ritual like this is probably going to have some sort of utilization of previously collected energy. The smaller scale setup rituals that y'all have disrupted are likely going to mirror the larger scale finale. So there's probably going to be the sacrificial element, the sort of center point, and then supporting roles. So, like what you've seen before, you have had the presence of the fiends as the supporting roles, the particular speaker incanting the ritual itself as the center point, and then the sacrificial element has been these individuals who have had their life essence attempted to be pulled into these stones, and these stones are likely to play a significant role in the larger scale ritual itself, that they were sort of elements to take the place likely of the sacrificial element itself, that without them the ritual will likely have a stronger, more dangerous effect on either the center point caster themselves or on those who perform the supporting role. So without having that buffer of these stones, it is significantly more dangerous to those involved. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what you discover about the ritual. For aura, you do find a matter of public record, births, deaths, sort of the records you get just from living in the city itself, and you find auras. But your keen eyes notice something is off about them. You find evidence of tampering or forgery. You dig a little deeper, and you're like, what is presented there, normal, like standard, what you would expect to see. So you dig a little deeper. You're looking farther into the records in this particular section, and here in the more common, easily accessible, you don't find anything. But you've got a hunch, and so you're starting to look in some of the more historical documents, and you find hidden away, misshelved perhaps, records of an individual who looks very much like Aura, whose records sound like what you would have expected to see, and carry elements of what you had seen in her normal, like her public record. Holding the same position that Madame Alina Kramer does now, 400 years ago.
Can't be good.
So sort of, and it's the first time this particular position was formed, the first time that this seat was introduced to the council. And that's
Of
when
course it
that's
was.
the area where you're finding it, is in these sort of council records, where this individual, and you've got a suspicion. Oh no, Jordan. You've got a pretty strong suspicion that it is likely Aura, who sort of provided oversight over the more mercantile gathering of taxes, introduction of the charter, all these things that started to accrue a more consistent income for the church, and started gathering that.
400 years ago, huh?
Right around then. Not quite, not exactly, but it's ish.
Can I ask for a
Mhm.
point of clarification before you move on?
Yes.
Going through those records, has it always been held by a half elf of Aura or Kramer's description?
Not a half elf, no. Aura is human.
Oh, that's right.
But human or half elf, mostly human, not often a half elf. And then there was one instance about this century, 120 years ago. It was an elven woman that held it.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. As far as the dragon, there's enough records of that time that you have a suspicion, but there's nothing to confirm that there was a dragon there. Records of that time are kind of hit and miss just because of the illness that swept through the town. So nothing in them points to an identification. There's nothing of a name. The closest you find to is a reference to calling the disease that passed through before the fire a scourge. So that's the closest that you see.
I will relate that information to various and sundry people to get passed along to various and sundry people. And I think that's it.
Okay. After Rye, Doran, you are up, sir.
Oh god. Okay. I want to start by finishing. I want to finish the whatchamadoodles, the Bahamut symbols. So
Yep.
I think I had made 3, but we never specified whose was made. So, whoever I didn't get to, we could say that I finished Hal's because it was part of his bow. And so like it's the dragon snaking up around on the handle. And I think it would be dope if like the head of the dragon was around the scream box in some way. So the dragon can
legit.
scream. Yeah. So there's that. We already did all that. And then I wanted to send a message to Lita.
Okay.
And I texted you the gist of what I was trying to send.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I counted it right. Oh, cool. So that's the message, but I'm now realizing it's in first person, so I'm having to change it because someone is going to send it for me.
Yeah. I like the idea of Doran sending it accidentally in first person.
Right?
I mean, so okay. So I have all the symbols that I made, and I want to go find Sarai, because I want all the symbols I made to be blessed and be holy and magical, and have Muhammad being like, "Yo, I see you." So I want to start with that.
Okay. Sarai accepts them, and says, I would be pleased to bless these symbols for you. Unfortunately, there's a small fee associated with it. Will take 25 gold pieces worth of powdered silver for the spell to consecrate them. I can get
Would
the
I
silver.
have-
I just
Well,
need the funds to do so. Do you have that available?
I do. I was gonna ask though, DM, since I made the symbols out of silver, is there any way any of it would have been left?
Yeah, we can
Okay.
say you have some of the silver left, and that'll help offset the cost.
Yes, because I would give, if I had any left, I would give that to her. The whole ingot is gone forever now. None of it's left. And then whatever else she needed to get that.
Okay. So how many of the symbols were made in total?
Plan was I was making one, a pendant for myself. Rye wanted a charm. Yes. And I think there was supposed to be an inscription or something, right?
Oh, yeah. She was just going to ask if you could put a chapter and verse on the back of it, 91-2. It's a
Then,
reference
yeah,
to a thing in a Catechism of Bahamut from Donner.
he would, yeah, so there's that whole thing. Hal's bow with the dragon going up it, and similar on Orbrus's stick, his staff, and then I don't remember what Kasator wanted. I feel like I asked this question last time too. It was another pendant. Jordan?
You're muted.
Dang, I saw it. It wrapped around my pendant of Ayun, with kind of the head.
That's right.
branching out
That's
the
right.
eye.
That's right. So it like combined both of them together. So yeah, I don't think I'm missing anyone. Rai, me, Kazator,
Orbrus?
Orbrus. Yeah, Orbrus. It was also his staff. So that would be all of them. Yeah.
4?
6.
Me,
6.
Rai,
Every party member.
Casey.
Okay.
Oh, no,
every
no,
party
but-
member.
5.
Not 5, not still yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I like
Sully-X he's supposed to be a good boy who goes to church and has his own.
I have like 4 on me right now.
He has a shield made out of holiness.
So,
So-
that'll take 125 gold pieces in total.
I pony up.
With the silver that you managed to give her, that'll knock it down to about 100. So, the 100 gold pieces for the supplies for her spell to consecrate them all.
I do that.
So you go ahead and hand that over. Within a short period of time, she sent someone to go and collect it for her, from one of her allies up in one of the temples that has managed to remain up top. They bring it back. She performs the spells, manages to get everything taken care of, and I will mark those spell slots off for today for her.
Did I just use a bunch of her spells that day? Yeah.
They're fairly low level spell slots. She manages to get it done.
It's downtime. It's fine.
And
Yeah.
Tiamat.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. And then Tiamat. It was
So-
sarcasm. Sarcasm. I didn't mean it. Yes. So.
That is accomplished and taken care of. You have also spent some time assisting Halbert and Kazutor with the arrows.
Mhm.
Was there anything? Oh, you sent a message.
The message.
to Lita.
And-
That's right.
Yes. Because when I went to go see Sarai, I would have also asked her if that were also possible, if she could send another message to Lita for me.
That is very possible. Go ahead and speak your message.
All right. And I'm realizing now, after having wrote it down, that I did write this from a first-person perspective. So, change what need be changed. But things in Dragon Throne are ramping up. Combat seems inevitable, but I'm strong with my friends. How do you fare, my love? I think of you always. Oh, I know. Romance and love. all of the mushy feelings.
Now
And
it's
clearly
real
this-
D&D.
And clearly, of course, this is not Jordan speaking, because he does not sound like a buffoon.
Well,
I take resentment to that. Well,
love you.
Let me count my words here.
I can't wait till the next campaign. Oh, not to say I don't love this one, but boy howdy, I got plans. Jay.
Jay.
Call out. The not so subtle call out.
Not really. Or we'll see. Who knows? Love you, buddy.
I got the Kung
Love
Fu
you
Panda
too.
reference, Jay.
What happened?
I said I got the Kung Fu Panda reference, Jay.
Thank you. I'm even wearing like my armored panda shirt.
I know, he's so cute. Is that a tea turtle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, just for Jordan.
Sarai relates Lita's response.
Yes.
And Lita says, I am well,
Oh,
my
snap.
heart. The armies are marching northward, and we will arrive for battle in a few weeks to reclaim our homeland. My love with you.
Yay! Fantasy girlfriend. All right.
All the mushy feels.
Very good. Thank you, Sarai.
It is my pleasure. We all need a little lightness in these trying times. And I'm pleased to see Lita find hope.
Thank you. And I will, like Santa Claus, heft my presents and go yeet them at my friends.
Okay.
Here's your staff. Here's your bow. Here's this thing. Here's that thing. Stellax doesn't get one. He already has like 12.
But what you needed was with you all along.
Right, Doran.
that's all I had. Yeah.
Good deal.
Mhm.
Solyex.
Yep.
Speak of the devil.
Okay, so how much holy oil can I make / acquire in this time frame?
How much do you want? Holy water can be made. It takes an hour to perform.
Right. Yeah, I can do that ad nauseum as a ritual, and I have money. But
Right.
any money I'd like to start with holy oil and then leftovers for water.
Okay.
How much does a thing of oil cost?
100 gold pieces.
Okay.
The thing with the holy oil, you can make it and it is designed to be applied to a weapon. Like
Yep.
it's essentially imbuing radiant energy into weapon oil. Once
Sounds
it's applied
awesome.
to a weapon,
Right.
it'll last for 24 hours before it dissipates. And when that weapon, on a successful hit, that weapon will do an additional 1d4 radiant damage on a strike.
It's divine favor in an oil. How many?
Maybe-
How long does it take to make one of those? And how many like arrows could be treated with one vial? Like one blade is a vial, but how many arrows is in a vial?
3 arrows in a vial and 3 hours for the holy oil.
Perfect. And it
a
takes
little bit more intensive
100
at ritual.
gold to make one.
Yep.
That's 3 hours. I will make 14.
So a few.
All the holy oil you could ever need.
Yep. And then
Man, we're
I will make. I already have some holy water. Hold on. Yeah. And I will make 12 things of holy water.
Okay.
Damn.
The holy water, because
water.
it can't be put on a weapon, it's a little bit like it can do more damage, but it's more limited in what it can do. So
You gotta get up close personal and throw it at him.
essentially,
Flash damage.
you can either
Literally.
splash it onto
Holy-
a creature within 5 feet, or it can be
Holy
lobbed
water
up to 20
balloon.
feet. It will only do damage to a fiend or to undead.
Yep. Does the oil do damage to all things or just fiends and undead as
The
well?
oil will do damage to everything.
Oh, sweet. I thought that was just fiends and undead as well. Cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's why
so-
it's more expensive. That's why it takes longer.
Right. So I will make all of that. And then during this week, I will dead drop, deliver, however, get it to the party and giving each party member 2 vials of oil and 2 things of holy water. I don't know what they'll do with them, but each person gets that.
Okay. So yes, make me a religion check.
Should we note
8.
those things we got down,
8.
DM?
Yes. 8.
Okay.
I guess not yet.
Noting that down. Yes, go ahead and put those into your inventory.
2 things of
How many of each was that again? 2,
2 and
Holy
2.
water,
2
2
oil.
holy oil.
Okay.
So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So
Okay. 8, that is noted. Thank you.
I hate when she says stuff like that. I don't like it.
Also, Lauren, I forgot. I mean, it's not another thing for me to do. It's just that, like, I'm on standby if anybody needs me
Good deal,
for
good deal.
any other shenanigans, like scouting missions or whatever.
Is that all you wanted to do, Solyax?
And then, in keeping up with the illusion of trying to contact Sarai, I would, because she had mentioned that she knew somebody who could potentially deliver something to Sarai.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the Teen Bahamut Bible, and I will write a little inscription inside that says something to remind us of when we were close, and have that be delivered to Sarai.
Okay.
Dang.
A few days after you do, you get a message, a written letter back from Sarai.
Awesome.
And essentially, what she's saying is how she appreciates the reminder of better times, and she misses that. How she used to have faith in you and in the fond memories of what you shared together. But since your return, you have been distant and patronizing and having fallen sway to the worst elements of the church. And how she expresses this wish that you would see the light and be able to maybe one day rekindle the fond relationship that you shared in your youth. But how she has trouble maintaining hope for those days with the state of current events.
Neat. Well, I tried.
You present it to Aura, and Aura's like, no, this is good. This is good. You've opened doors for communication. We can build on this. Give me a day or two. I will get this figured out. We'll make this work. Thank you, Siliex.
Way to go, dude.
And she pauses for a minute, and she says, I know this must be very difficult on you. How are you holding up?
Oh. It's never easy to have to go against those that you once found close, but we do what we must. The peace that I have from being here and knowing that I am in the right is comforting.
Your conviction is truly
Humble.
inspiring. I'm glad you're here, Siliex. Forgive me, I'm too forward. My lord, it is an honor to see you come into your own. Well, I must attend to my duties. Thank you, my lord.
Of course.
She bows and heads on out.
And then
She said
I
duty.
keep in contact. Everything that I hear, I update Casador on our daily messages. So everyone knows what I know.
Okay. Make a perception check for me, real quick, Siliex.
Does
That's not
Celiex
bad.
have
17.
17. As Ara heads out, and then you head out also, you do pass Sid and Cricket in the hallway. Having overheard at least a part of that, and he gives a very solemn bow, and he turns and he just walks away.
It's hard playing double agent, isn't it?
The important people are aware what's going on. I will just I'll look at him and just sort of give him a acknowledging nod and move on.
Okay. Orberus.
Yo! I get tattooed.
You get tattooed.
And I finished getting tattooed, but when the tattoo person's like, hey, I'm tired and sleep is a thing, I'll be like, yeah, you go do that. And then I'll go assist with the scouting of other locations and that type of thing.
Okay. Make me, because it's going to take about 3 days, make me 3 Constitution saving throws.
Oh.
Because the first time you did it, the first day you got it, it wasn't too bad. Like, it hurt, but it's a tattoo. Tattoos, like, you've experienced pain before. Manageable. The second day, everything is inflamed and aching, and so
Oh,
you
I
go
can't
and
wait.
you get more of the image put on.
No, I was telling Garrett, me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was.
Sorry.
What's the first Constitution save?
Con is. Oh, that's not bad. 22.
22. Okay. You tough it out. You get a full day's work done. You can go ahead and mark off for this day. We'll say 8 hours.
Okay. So that's 18 of 29 left.
11 hours left. second day, or third
Third day.
total.
Just dawn of the
it's-
third day, or
And no, I'm
Essentially.
Essentially.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
Go ahead and another Constitution save.
That is only a 19.
19. That's okay. You still tough it out. There's no sign of infection. Everything looks like it's setting in nicely. The ink is showing up very strikingly. Like it is beautiful line work. Last day, 3 hours left. It is getting to the point where it is just painfully excruciating at this point, having to go over filling the final details. The areas that had started to really heal, you're going back and adding like the final shading, cleaning up the edges, and so everything is just extra sensitive and painful. Go ahead and make me one more Constitution save.
That's not bad. 17.
17. Barely a success.
Woo! This does not make me look forward to getting my first test.
Have fun.
It's not that bad.
Everything is successfully done. You feel the completion of the tattoo as the last line is placed. The magic inherent in it comes to life, and you are fully taken care of with your magical tattoo.
Awesome. I'm also gonna when we bed down for the evenings, I'm gonna let the people that have money and deal with money know that could really use some diamond dust.
You're not
Oh.
supposed to be snorting.
And see if I can convince my amigos to acquire some diamond dust for me, because I can do greater restoration 2 more times.
How much would that cost? How much would that run?
For greater restoration, it's 100 gold pieces worth of diamond, powdered diamond, I believe.
Yeah,
I don't have a lot of cash, but I can buy that.
I got that.
Albert has the party fund.
I have-
Oh, well then.
Here's the thing, though.
Uh-oh.
You remember this thing in the city where certain elements have been being seized by the church.
Of course they have. That's doo-doo.
Make me an investigation check to see if you can find anybody who's even selling them, Halberd.
Oh, I also, if we can find out where they're being stashed, that would be great.
19.
Ooh.
Right, was there something you wanted to say?
Go ahead and finish.
Okay. 19.
Mm-hmm.
You are scouring the city. You devote 2 days worth of trying to find someone selling it, willing to part with it. You do eventually find someone who has enough powdered diamond hidden away, essentially, that they'll part with for 100 gold pieces. You can get one more little pouch of that. One more spell worth, so 100 gold pieces worth.
I'll give them
Gotta get his fix, man.
a little bit extra, like 105, just as a thank you.
So we have a diamond that's worth 5,000 gold pieces, but it has a life force in it. So if there's any way we can get the life force out.
Because
What diamond is this?
because my spells have changed over time and I don't have a use for it anymore, I give Orberus the 200 gold worth of diamond dust in my pouch.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I had thought about that one, Brenda. I was too scared to.
I mean, we may
What
not be able to do
diamond?
anything. It's from a previous ritual.
It has the life force of Elias in it. I'd rather not mess with it.
Well, that's why I'm like, is there any way we can safely
Oh,
get
right.
that out? Because I think getting him disconnected generally is probably a good idea, but
Take it to the chapel. Take it to the
Ooh,
chapel.
that's actually not a bad idea.
Huh.
Lauren,
So,
one
wait.
thing I forgot to
You got
mention
500 now,
is
right?
Yes.
At some point, I want to take my magical dagger and just sort of cut into my stone hand to see if it hurts as bad as it would normally do.
Your magical dagger?
Yeah, just I have a +1 dagger, and so I'm just curious to know if the stone hand is as sensitive as the normal scales are.
It does the damage that you would expect a
Okay.
knife slicing through your hand to do.
Yeah.
Does it
does
hurt?
still
Just
hurt.
do one of these things. You know.
Does the stone
I
bleed?
realize how many tendons pass
Mhm.
through a little space here and delicate bones.
And then I take this hand and go cure wounds or lay on hands, and it's fine. I'm a walking pool of healing. I'm fine.
You're walking full of stupid.
I was just curious because it was externally stone, so I didn't know if it was like a stone skin or something.
This is your
It's
arbiter,
a good idea, yeah,
Muhammad.
until you rake the dagger across your.
Hallelujah.
You're like,
Bahamut
I'll
has
just hurt
sent
myself
us
and
his
then heal
champion.
myself.
Because not like, oh, I'm gonna prick the thumb or nothing. I'm gonna just.
You got to get a full test, man.
I totally agree.
Okay.
Test it. It was the method I questioned, and then the fact
Okay.
that I'll just hurt myself whenever I want, and then heal it.
I'm gonna go get the nail gun and see if it goes. Oh, sorry.
We've been through that conversation
All right.
before.
All right. Orberus,
Yo, hi.
what else are you doing?
Well,
You've got
now-
about 4 days left.
Um,
I'm curious.
honestly, he's probably just going to spend the rest of the time.
Oh,
I can't do
goodness.
that. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can do that.
I'm scared.
I will have to text you because we're running out of time. I completely forgot I could do this. So yeah, I will text you my thing, and we'll figure out how to make it happen. If we can't make it happen,
Well, this is the thing.
I will get there. I'm setting up traps. Setting up. He's basically setting up traps at the places in case rituals go off. But I've got to discuss with you if that can actually be set up that way. If I'm reading the spell right, so we'll get to that when it's not
Okay.
late at night.
So Orberus is trying to set up traps to catch at the other locations to be triggered on certain effects.
Got it.
Booby trap.
Okay. Moving forward. How much time is he investing in that? Is that the only thing he really wants to do?
Honestly, yeah. If we find out it can't work, then he's just going to help everybody and keep an eye out on the locations in case they try again.
Okay.
If we can make it work, then that's what he'll do.
Okay.
So either way, we're good.
Over the course of the time leading up to the Feast of Strength, it is.
I have a last day thing if we can do that.
We're getting there. That's exactly where we're
Oh.
going.
Thank you.
It is eerily quiet. The Brotherhood stays with themselves. They'll be out and about in groups during the day, but bedding down and staying quiet in the evening, it seems like they have been scared by the events that have been taking place. As far as you can tell, no other rituals are attempted. It is quiet, it is peaceful, it is, well, as peaceful as the city gearing up for a massive festival in a week. Preparations are underway. The decorations are being strung out, bunting and ribbons, satin banners, displays of strength. There's an influx of ships and boats carrying individuals into the city for the massive celebration. The city grows ever more crowded. The night before the Feast of Strength, you gather as a group at Doran's request for a family dinner. And at that dinner, we will pick up at the beginning of next session. The night before the Feast of Strength, a little moment of respite, and then we will jump into what the next day holds.
Can I
At
do
the
a
dawn of battle.
Can I do a 5-second thing that happened after Soyak said he was going to give us the holy water?
Sure.
I didn't know it's going to happen. So all I want to do is go find, I'm going to make some bolts. It's going to be just a shaft, a circular plate of cork at the end, and then it slides in a cylinder with a point coming out the end. So when it hits, the cylinder stops in the body, cylinder or the shaft with the cork pushes the holy water inside the target.
So you essentially want to be able to
Jordan.
shoot your holy water.
It's
I
a
don't like the way
medieval
you
strength
said
dart.
that.
Interesting. Okay. We'll make it work. Sure.
Real quick, sorry, last thing, and we don't have to do this now, but I would get with Halberd and find out if we can find, after he found the diamond dust, find out if we can find a jeweler who has a bowl worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Jewel encrusted.
It might be jewel encrusted.
Swag.
If we're gonna do family dinner, we're gonna do family dinner right.
We can make that work. Yeah, we'll say you managed to find that successfully with Halberd's assistance.
Yes!
Baller.
Nice.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Man, we've got like all the buffs stacked up. God, I hope it's worth the
So-
damn.
Orberus, your homework until next session. Figure out what you want that hero's feast to entail, what you're going to be cooking up for everybody. So
the panda has
we will
plans.
pick that up next session. Thank you for joining us on the adventure. We will see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Choose life.